Anheuser-Busch, one of the leading and easily most recognizable names in the industry. At the helm of the company's North American operations is CEO Michel Doukeris. He joins me right now in a First on Fox interview. And Michel, it's great to have you on the program. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be here. Thank you.
So right now you're focused on North America, but for a long time you lived in China. You were running the Asian business. I want to ask you about that. You lived in China for 7 years?
7 years.
Tell me about your experiences there and what your reaction is to all of this upset over China's behaviors and practices when it comes to the U.S.
So that was an interesting time. Was the time of integration of Anheuser-Busch and InBev. We had good business in China, growing business, great opportunity. The biggest market globally for beer is China. And we had a very interesting time there. When I think about the tensions that exist today, I think that this goes more to the politics and politicians. And I'm sure that they will find a good way to get out of that and things will settle. I
mean, you were able to triple the volume of Budweiser, for example, in China just over a couple of years, 3 years or something. Tell me about the Chinese and their love of brands and what you saw as you saw Budweiser expand so much in China.
Yeah, Budweiser is a super premium brand in China and is growing very fast. We actually tripled twice because it was like 6 times growth in 7 years.
That's incredible.
And it's all related to premiumization, a very strong trend in China. And Budweiser has this great position of being a super premium brand, very close to local traditions, but is still imported in terms of the credentials. We brew there in China and we sell there in China, but people see the brand as international. And the brand is very well positioned in the premium segment. I
could see that. You also have an enormous stake in Latin America, obviously. That's in one of your very important markets. When you look at USMCA and the Canada and Mexico situation where we're waiting on a vote for this to go into law, what's your reaction to that and how will that impact business?
Yeah, that's, of course, we welcome this decision because every time that we have tariffs and costs that impact the final product in a way and in the other, consumers end up paying an extra cost for that, or companies lose a little bit of their economies of scale and productivity. As things settle now, that's going to be great. And of course, what we are looking forward and trying to see the real impact is going to be in the Midwest Premium, because that was the real effect. The Midwest Premium was up big time in the last 2 years. And now everybody is looking forward and expecting that this will impact the prices down.
How much of an impact have you seen at the company as a result of the tariffs, whether it's China or even we had tariffs on aluminum and steel until they were lifted just a few days ago in Mexico and Canada?
Yeah, there is a lot of numbers out there, but people talk about the impact on a can being between a few cents to 10 cents. Because you have costs over costs.
Because they're aluminum cans.
Exactly. And all cans for local produced, which is also very interesting because the impact is only when you are producing in the U.S. And that's why, of course, there is all this talk around how important it is to balance trade. And I think that is the right thing to be done. But the company itself, we keep on finding ways to mitigate this impact and try not to carry this over to consumers. But as things settle in Mexico and in Canada, is already a very good signal for us.
So you've had enormous pricing power. You've been able to have pricing power. You've got terrific margins. Are you expecting to raise prices again as a result of the tariffs?
I think that brands, they might have some power to command prices. And we didn't increase our prices based on the tariffs. We have a very stable environment in terms of price. Of course, there is costs that are piling up. It's not only the tariffs and aluminum. There is a lot of pressure coming from commodities. There is inflation in the country. So our prices are moving according to inflation on a long term.
All right, so come back to the U.S. You're running an enormous business. Tell me about the backdrop. We talk every day about the strength of the economy. We had 1%, in the first quarter, rather, we had 3.2% growth. Is that sustainable for the rest of the year? What are you seeing in terms of consumer spending habits and the broad economy?
Yeah, that's interesting because it's one of the first time that we see consumer power and growth coming to the economy, but the translation is not impacting in a very strong way everything that is CPGs and goods that people buy every day. So there is some tailwinds pushing the economy. We see that in some pockets this growth is accelerating. In some other pockets, because the U.S. is too big for us to see as average, you see regions where the market's not moving too fast. And when you think about beer overall has been stable to small growth in revenues. And we think that this will continue to happen because on top of economy, we have also a very strong trend for premiumization.
So tell me about the growth. The industry is obviously changing. You've had investments in upscale products, even health and wellness. You've grown so much in the last 5-10 years. Where does the growth come from at this point in the next 10 years for Anheuser-Busch InBev?
Yeah, I think that when we look to mega trends, there is 3 trends that we are very excited about, and we think that we can play a very important role with our products. One is premiumization. So beer today, when you compare with other categories, has very low of premiumization. And today consumers are looking for different experiences, different products, and they love innovation. And we've been innovating more than ever before, and this is playing a very important role for us in terms of growth. The second is this idea of health-conscious consumers and products that can fit their lifestyle. So when we think about the success of Michelob Ultra, for example, the low carbs, low calories proposition, this is a field that we'll continue to explore, and we believe that there is a lot to come from there. And the third point is purpose-driven brands. So we've been doing a lot of initiatives with our brands, for example, Stella Artois, and all the support for the water and the water in Africa and emerging countries together with Matt Damon. So as you buy Stella, you are making a contribution for the water.org.
I love those Stella Artois commercials as well. Michel, it's great to have you. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Michel Doukeris joining us there.